Okay, at the left side of the map, as the blue Protoss, we do have CheeTech from Team NetWars.
Over on the right side, we do have SPX, aka Chonman, as the white Terran.
Oh my god, dude. I almost just had a heart attack because I didn't realize my cat was actually sleeping underneath my desk. All of a sudden, she just starts making this like weird meow sound while she's waking up. I'm like, what's going on? There's a Zergling bird under my desk. Ah!
It's a one hatch lurker build under your desk right now.
Please no kicks. Oh man, dude, I'm just scared to play StarCraft after the games we saw yesterday. One hatch Muta versus Protoss, one hatch Hydra Rush against Protoss, and they both won. Like, wait a minute, what's going on here? There's a probe going out. Uh-oh.
There is. We're gonna see the fabled 2-gate. It is a really good 2-gate map.
Oh man. It is indeed,
now,
and this is a best of 3 as well, right? I think we're in the round of 32.
I've been avoiding leaving the bracket open in case I cause any lag like I did last week. I don't want to cause any problems.
Yeah.
But this could all depend on how or what Chonman actually does. Because I mean, I said this last week as well. This is a really good 14cc map. Is he going to risk it? It looks like he's going to build the barracks though next to the depot there.
You mean like between the gas and the depot?
Yep, but maybe not. No barracks started yet. Is he going for 12-12? Which is the OOF style of 12 barracks, 12 gas? Nope, I think he's saving up for a CC first.
Oh no, guys. So for anyone who doesn't know, Crossing Field is of course one of the new maps made for the ASL, the Korean Afrika Star League, and it does feature a protected back expansion in your main base. So it is very common for players to go super greedy on this map. It's basically either you go mega greedy or you go mega cheese.
Yep, and there's the command center. What makes it worse is there's a probe attacking the SCV as well. But that is so unfortunately annoying. He's gonna delay his barracks so much. He didn't even get the build on his barracks to start with either, so the barracks are even delayed even more. And there's gonna be 2 zealots going straight for his front soon, and he won't even have a marine, I think, when they get there. There is the first zealot leaving the gateways now, and this could be a very, very quick game, Sayle.
I love how Chonman was also the one who invited us to spectate this game. Because I asked in the channel, I was like, oh, does anyone have a game starting that we can cast? He's like, yeah, come on in. Let's, I'll show you some awesome TvP. Boom, smacked in the face with proxy 2 gates. Oh, man.
Oh, man, and because the gas in the barracks isn't tight, the zealots can actually walk through the wall.
The barracks isn't finished. Oh, no. Chonman, he can't even build a bunker yet because you need a barracks finish to even build a bunker. Oh, man. It's tech trees, guys. Oh, he's gonna kill the probe! Oh, that's nice.
Oh, but he's gonna kill the SCV again that's building the... Okay, the barracks does finish, but I don't think it really matters. Two zealots are actually in the mineral line right now. 3 zealots against pure SCV right now. I think this could be over, Sayle. This is gonna be a miracle hold.
He's gonna do the boxer. This is gonna be the most legendary comeback of all time. 14cc winning against proxy gates of the Protoss. Can he do it? Can the Terran hero SPX do it? But the Zealot actually runs to the wrong side. He actually was right next to the Marine and he ran to the other side. A bunker's under construction. He just needs the Marines to not die. And if the bunker finishes, maybe he has a chance. The bunker's gonna finish. The Marine is alive. The SCVs are all dying. Even if the bunker lives though, he's gonna have no SCVs left. 6 supply. GG.
Won the game with 5 zealots. If that's not a quick way of winning, I don't know what is.
Alright, spawning in the bottom left position is the blue Protoss. Up 1-0 in this best of 3, we have CheeTech.
Then spawning in the top left position, we do have our Terran hero is down in the set. SPX, aka Chonman, is the teal Terran.
Wait, did you say bottom left? Top left?
Top left.
Okay. Sorry, I'm like hearing things. I'm so paranoid about position calling now. Like, what's happening? It's because of this new, like, the new screen thing. Interestingly, by the way, if you look at the minimap, Chonman is using 4:3, whereas CheeTech is using super widescreen. Wait, CheeTech's widescreen his resolution is like, it's slightly narrower than mine, it looks like, my viewing window? Or is that because I'm zoomed out? Why does his view box look slightly different size? Wait, let me mouse over it.
It is narrower. I think maybe he's on a 16 by 10 monitor rather than a 16 by 9, possibly.
But wouldn't no? But then his would be taller than my box, wouldn't it? It's like he's using like a 16.8 or something. I don't even know if that's a thing. It's not a thing, is it?
What? Even Chonman's on 4x3 looks a weird size to me. This is strange.
I don't know.
Now, is Chonman gonna go for a 14cc again? Now, it looks like we're gonna see a barracks. No, there we go. The barracks is up.
Oh, it's narrower because of the unit selection box. Oh, of course, yes. They can actually see less because the unit bar takes up the bottom part of the screen. Alright, alright. Well said, chat. Well pointed out.
They must have updated that though, because I'm sure that wasn't the same before.
Yeah,
that
maybe.
Must have been in the latest update.
I like how CheeTech's going through the middle to look for proxy racks. I guess he's scouting cross map anyway, but yeah.
I mean, going cross scout on this map isn't too bad for Protoss, and the same for Chonman. Especially needs to go for the cross map scout because he needs to check the middle of the map purely for the proxy 2 gate. It's one of those things that you can't be sure your opponent's going to do it again, and that's where you have to be just super careful.
That is indeed very interesting. But the scout was super late though. Would the first zealot not already be in your base by the time he saw the 2 gates? With that scout timing?
It would be late, but the thing is, he was getting the anti-zealot wall anyway, and scouting the gates a little bit earlier, you can't really do anything different to change the outcome. You just need to, I mean, it's not like a 4-pull, for instance, where you can pull your SCVs to the ramp. If you pull your SCVs to the ramp against a proxy 2 gate, your SCVs just die, so no repairing through that.
That is, fair enough. Seems good. Looks like only one guy on the gas at the moment, so we are going to have a fast expand build from SPX. And by the way, guys, like I think these players are quite evenly matched. So if I had to pick a favorite in this series, I would have actually said SPX, just overall. But I don't know how his TvP is generally. You know how most Terran players are better against Zerg. So I know he has a very strong TvZ. But CheeTech has actually been playing for Team NetWars and Gambit Cup recently. So you know he's definitely a top-notch Protoss as well. So this is actually really interesting that we have a pretty evenly matched high-level matchup in the round of 32 already.
Yeah, we see the first Dragooners moving out along the map. It looks like we are going to see some Reaver tech coming out of CheeTech as well. So here we go, another Protoss cheese. Let's see what we can do. Well, it might be a Reaver expand, I guess, but that's still cheese.
Come on!
I'm a Terran player, it has to be cheese.
He's even getting range kicks. I mean, okay, if he went like 1-gate robo with no range in order to get a faster Reaver, I could be like, alright, I'll give you that one. But come on, he's even getting range first. This is not cheese. Just a whiny Terran player, man.
Which is funny, I'm probably the least whiny Terran player you will find about Protoss, because my TvP is easily my best matchup for some reason. I'm more likely to whine about Zerg players, and that just makes me look like a crazy man.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Interestingly, more Marines are being produced as well. So going up to at least 5 for this FD attack. That is going to make it or make things a little bit safer for his tank. He's trying to go in here and pick off one of the goons. Looks like CheeTech doing a good job abusing his Dragoon range, so picking off these Marines already without taking any actual HP damage, only shield damage so far. Okay, finally taking a tank shot there. On that leading Dragoon, but it's also really nice to just keep the Marine count low, keep the unit count low if you can, just keep harassing, and then when your Reaver gets in, there's just so little to actually deal with it.
Yeah, I think he was actually aiming for, I believe that siege mode that's researching, because you go for 2 tanks first. Maybe mines, but I mean it's been a little bit long for it to be mines. Could even be speed. No, there we go, we do see a vulture, and mines has been researched, so he will push out with the 2 tank variant of the FD. Looks like CheeTech should be fine, shouldn't take too much damage here, has done a decent amount of damage to the Marines already. But I'm kind of surprised that he's pulled right back to his natural.
Yeah, he should be using these bridges if he can. Okay, he's now moving out to the bridges, but he's got to be careful. He might actually have to use the Reaper for defense, which is not really what he wants. He doesn't want to let let SPX know actually what he is going for. But I don't think he's going to have much of a choice. He's got to pull back the red HP Dragoon, he's got to put it in the back and let the other goons tank at the front. He's actually pulling all the way back to his ramp, which, I don't know, I think he really should be trying to be as aggro as possible. He tries to go for one of the siege tanks, but the Red Dragoon does get taken down. The shuttle is out now, so presumably the Reaver is here. The Reaver is indeed here. So he will push back the attack.
I mean, the easiest way he could, well, the easiest thing he could do to push this attack back is to actually just go and counter with the Reaver.
Yep.
There is absolutely no defense back home for SBX right now. Of course, CheeTech isn't in a position where he can do that. But he's not even getting any shots off with the Scarabs either. He has to be so careful here.
The engineering bay is constructed at the natural. It's almost done, so by the time the Reaver gets there, he should have some turrets ready to deal with this. And the Ops, is actually gonna help out here. And one of the tanks actually gets stuck, I think, because of some pathing issue. Wow, SPX actually loses one tank for free here. Very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, the other thing that I'm finding kind of crazy about SPX's base right now is his factory layout is so strange.
What the?
He's got sort of factories and depots everywhere. I don't, like, it must be so hard to actually macro that. But here we go, Scarab is going to bug out, does hit the thing. He actually takes a mine with his Reaver though, he has to be so careful now.
Well, the SCVs are transferring back kicks! The SCVs! Oh no, he didn't actually shoot it for some reason. For some reason the Scarab actually just shot in the middle of the map. These Scarabs are really bugging out here.
Yeah, the minerals are really helping out Chonman there. Scarabs do not like minerals.
Yeah, actually, by the way, guys, you know, if you do want to play Reaver, or if you are a Protoss player and you use Reavers, I recommend dropping them kind of on the edge of the mineral line, or if you can, just go up and like in between the main and natural. Like, I think if he had dropped them like around the gas where the gap is, it might have been better. But because the minerals are kind of like directly blocking, that does bug out the Scarabs more. I think like there are actually certain angles where Scarabs trigger more effectively, but I can't remember exactly how it works. Might be something I need to look on Wikipedia or something.
Oh, there's no turret in the main!
What the?
Wait, Reaver's not shooting. Reaver just walked up to the turret just to be sure.
Oh man. It's like, wait, what is this?
Oh man, there's actually no defense above the mineral line, but CheeTech has no way of checking. The observer isn't in the main.
Oh man, wait, is there a second shuttle? He's got a second shuttle kicks outside his natural, and he's got speed now as well. He could potentially go for some double Reaver crazy, or double shuttle crazy drop in the main base.
He's actually loaded Zealots into that one, I think, so maybe he's going for a Bulldog here. There's not actually that much defense. There's only 3 tanks, and only 2 of them are in the natural. The third one is semi-close. Oh, this Observer's going to go down though if he's not careful.
Observer is indeed going to fall, but he knows the turret position. The Dragoons are coming in. By the way, he's going 2 base Arbiter on the back of this, but it might not matter. He might just win the game right here. The Goons are going in before the shuttles are ready, and here we go. The double speed shuttle is coming in. 4 Zealots and a Reaver to try and bust this. The tanks at the front have fallen. Most of the tanks were actually inside the base.
Oh, the Reaver goes down.
Oh man, bit of a mistake there. He leaves the damaged shuttle. He pieces out. And it looks like it's not going to end the game.
It's been so strange. A lot of his units, like, if they'd have gone in, he would have been in a good position, but they all got stuck on the bridge. Like, none of... Oh my god, is he going to elevate into the main, though? I think he just picked up a load of Dragoons.
I'm not sure about that, Kix. He is going in again, though. He is actually going to go for the moving unload of his Zealots. Oh my god, you're right. There are the 2 Dragoons, but the other Dragoons are again not in the party. What is going on? He picks off the tanks on the high ground, but the rest of the Dragoons were completely AFK.
Yeah, I think those Dragoons are pacifist Dragoons. They don't actually want to participate in any battles. They just want to hang out over the other side of the bridge. They like it over there. CheeTech could have won the game a few times in that in both of those engagements. But unfortunately for him, I don't know if it was bad pathing or if he just maybe forgot to hotkey them. But they didn't participate in the battle. He's gonna fall back and take his 3rd base, but Chonman can consider himself lucky. Although this is a very interesting push for Chonman to take. The weird thing is the Dragoons didn't participate in the battle, but Chonman didn't actually see them either, so Chonman probably thinks he's in a much better position than he actually is, and this could be a big suicide push.
Oh man, he's moving forward now. I only see 3 siege tanks. It's a lot of Dragoons, but CheeTech was waiting for a shuttle. Okay, now the shuttle's coming in. There are 2 Goliaths, though. He has to move in. He's actually not unloading. Rip.
Oh, and some vultures get in the main.
Indeed they do. There are some mines laid. Oh, one of the vultures does get blown up. Oh man, we're lagging a little bit. Okay, looks like we're good, but the vultures actually run into a little corner here. They can't leave. And a bit of a wasted opportunity. Meanwhile, though, it looks like the tanks have pushed the goons back onto the high ground pod, but Chonman realizes it's a little bit too dangerous to actually move too aggressively since they do have the high ground. He does scan them, though. He sees the positioning. He's now going for the bridges. He's going for the other way, but he's got to be careful because the goons could potentially flank him if he goes in too far.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous position to try and take. Especially given the fact there were shuttles before, and the Arbiter's about to come out as well. How many scans does he realistically have? He only has one scan at his main, one at his natural, and when this first Arbiter comes out, and here's the shuttle as well, there's only 2 Goliaths defending the tank, and there's no vultures there either.
Oh man, the vultures are actually killing almost all of the probes at the mineral only. Only 4 probes survive. The tanks are all clumped up here, which is actually not the worst because that means they won't splash each other if things get dropped on them. More reinforcements are coming down here. A 3rd command center was built, so Chonman is transitioning out of this. But here is the first Arbiter kicks, and this could be the difference. Another shuttle loading up the Zealots. A turret is being made, but it's not going to be in time, I think.
Oh, and the goons are split as well.
He sent 2.
Oh my god, here comes the shuttle.
Oh man, the shuttle dropping Zealots on everything. Actually, the Zealots doing a really good job, but the goons actually getting stuck on the turret. The goons, but there's no scan. He actually ran out of the scan, I think. Okay, no, he scanned again. Maybe there's tanks on the ridge below, and actually, CheeTech is in a lot of trouble. Maybe he's gonna clean up the units at the front.
Yeah, Chonman should not be in a position as good as this right now. He's got this high ground. He has mines blocking the goons from running up to the tank, but once again, he only has. But he's actually got 2 scans again, so he's been really good at keeping hold of them. The first scan does go down to try and get those Dragoons to run up, but 2 vultures actually run through all of the mines and do manage to take out one of the tanks.
Oh man, indeed they do. There's no scan. Where's the scan? There's finally the scan. The next scan, and there's only Dragoons left. There's 3 tanks in a good position. I don't think CheeTech can actually break this. He's having to pull back. Yet again, the scan is even going to allow him maybe to pick off the Obs, although he's not paying attention, so the Obs does live. And the constant pressure here from Chonman, who, by the way, has landed his 3rd command center at his mineral only. He's sending some SCVs over. His SCV count, though, looks a little bit low right now, so I guess really focusing too much on the macro, building more random factories in his base. As you said, Kix, the base layout is not exactly optimal, but he has gone up to his science facility as well. He's got double armories ready to upgrade, although only 1 is spinning. +1 attack has already finished as well.
Now, one of the stories of this game is CheeTech has added his gateways so late. He's been on so few gateways. He's actually been even in gateways as the Terran is factories. And I don't know too much about Protoss, but I'm fairly certain that's not a position you want to be in.
That is correct, Kix. You definitely don't want to be even gateways to factories. Hold that thought, though. We could have a stasis.
Oh,
stasis! Huge stasis on the back! That may allow him to break this.
There's no units. He can't break it with no units. Oh, maybe he can.
Wait.
Oh, my drags.
Oh. Dude, Terran is OP, man. That's all I can say. I like the Vulture running in the bottom right, by the way, making there's no hidden expos. That is definitely a way he could potentially lose this game, because he knows he's keeping the pressure on. This is actually crazy, by the way, how aggressive he's being in TvP. You know, normally it's the other way around. The Terran is being super defensive, and the Protoss is the one constantly harassing and stuff. But Chonman, SPX, channeling a little bit of the Berserker Terran inside him, and now going for another Vulture harass at the natural, going to get even more of these probes down.
Oh, CheeTech looks like he's going to try and bust again, but the Arbiter wasn't there, so he does lose a Dragoon for absolutely free. Another stasis goes down, only hits 2 of the tanks, though. The thing is, with all these stasises, though, he's actually blocking the attack for at least a short period of time. And it looks like the Forge finished before it could finish one of the upgrades as well. So
yeah.
Chonman is still in such a good position.
I have to imagine that upgrade was almost done, because that Forge was spinning for quite a long time, and it wasn't cancelled, I don't think. So it might have been like a split-second thing before Pulse almost finished. But now he's going in. He's got a lot of Zealots. The Arbiters, the 2 Arbiters are coming in. They're actually not. They're a little bit too far down. There is the scan. There's no more spells, it seems, for these Arbiters. But this might be do or die now for CheeTech. Can he break through? No more Zealots left, and still a lot of Sea-Shanks and really good spread. I gotta say, SPX's tank spread is much better than his gateway layout, or sorry, his factory layout in his base. And to be fair, that's arguably more important in TvP, having good positioning of your siege tanks.
The factory layout is just there for practice of how to spread his siege tanks.
Indeed. He's got mines in his base as well, by the way, for some anti-recall defense as well, just in case that were to happen.
Yeah, there's not too many mines though, and there's none by his factories. So realistically, the worst place to be recalled, and the place where all Protoss recall, is just right on top of your production. And it looks like he tried. Yeah, CheeTech tried sending another shuttle, but there's just not enough units. Even though CheeTech has so much money, he just does not have the production to kill this Terran force outside of his base.
Oh man, the cannon now is unpowered, so the Vulture's going to town. There is a scan as well to make sure the probes can't just hide underneath the cloaking, but a few Zealots do get in range here, do a little bit of damage on the siege tank, but GG from CheeTech, and Chonman evens out the series, and we're going to a deciding game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into game number 3 on Electric Circuit. At the bottom right, as the blue Terran, we do have Chonman, aka SPX.
And down in the bottom left, we do have the yellow Protoss, CheeTech.
Okay, so let's see how the games go. So this, guys, is the new map for TeamLiquid Open number 3. This does replace Gladiator as one of the 4-player maps. And it is kind of like Talcross. It's a completely flat map, as you can see. I'm just going to mouse over a little bit so you can see this is the natural over here. Kind of fairly wide gaps between the main and the natural. And then, of course, you have this back mineral only here as well. It's basically like a 4-player Neo Medusa. You can see it kind of snakes around, and you can't see it right now in the Fog of War, but there are, I believe, 10 stacked neutral temples blocking this back area. The mineral patches here allow you to actually push workers and sometimes units through the back temples as well, if you want to do something sneaky like that.
Now, one thing you can do on this map, which interestingly Chonman is choosing not to, is actually wall off with a depot and a barracks perfectly, complete this out tight, and he's opting to go for the more, I would say it's the more modern wall for TvP, but I mean, especially against a player who did go 2-gate Zealot in the first game, would have been interesting to see. Now, these positions are actually quite beneficial for Chonman, because it does give him that easy push path to the back door of CheeTech's base. Whether he makes use of it is a question for the mid game, but we may see some backdoor shenanigans coming out of Chonman this game.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and that's going to be pretty annoying as well for CheeTech. This almost feels like Circuit Breaker, where you'd prefer to spawn cross map, right? Because the middle is relatively open, whereas if you're in these spawns, as you say, you can actually sneak around just the side of the map rather than having to go through the middle, which is always preferable in TvP. And of course, that's kind of something that would happen a lot later in the game. We'll have to see if we even go that far, or if CheeTech just ends the game with a Reaver or something, as he tried to do last game. Wow, apparently Cadenzi beat Arc Neon 2-0, huh?
Yeah, I just read that. Cadenzi's doing pretty well, tearing up the bracket.
Wait, I gotta take credit for that, by the way, because I played like 1 billion PvZ practice games with her. It's all me. It's all me, guys. Oh man, and then rolling Boneth though. That's so unlucky.
Then again, as much as Boneth has been so good recently, I'm not sure if he's been in a bit of a slump, but he's not been performing as well as he was.
Are you basing that on like the EU playoff thing?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, and also he's been losing quite a bit recently, just in general, I think.
Really?
Certainly in the EU playoffs, like that was a very disappointing performance by him. He is still such a good player, though. Yeah.
Apparently, he posted on the Net Wars forum saying how kind of like he was having a really off day, and it just just didn't turn out. But guys, he was. I hope Draco doesn't get angry at me for saying this, but yesterday on stream, Draco played I think 7 or 8 PvP practice games against Boneth, because of course he has a lot of PvP in the Italian Open, and I think Draco went 1-7 against Boneth. So Boneth definitely a pretty good player still. But anyway, those guys aren't in this game. We're doing SPX versus CheeTech, and we're gonna have a scout of a 2-gate aggressive Power Goon opening here. That's very interesting.
And a hidden third pylon as well. Look at that. That is really clever. The SUV goes down, doesn't see the third pylon. Doesn't even see if there's a Nexus up here either.
And interestingly, a second SCV came in at almost exactly the same time. The classic double SCV scout. Oh wait, where are the Marines going? The Marines are getting a little bit lost in the map on the right side.
Yeah, sometimes when you try and path on this map, the temples will actually bug everything out. The side disruptors, they're incredibly annoying. They just eat Marines. Now, crazily enough, it looks like Chonman added 6 Marines before building his first tank. So it's possible he was gonna. Oh wait, there's a 2-factory.
Oh
He's
man.
going to 2-fact.
Wait, and this bunker's a fake out, right? He's pretending like he's playing it defensively. He's pretending like he's scared of the 2-gate opening, but he's actually not. And by the way, 2-gate is pretty good at punishing like an FD, or not punishing, but being aggressive. But very often you go 2-gate Nexus and then Robo, so you delay your Robo quite a bit, so he won't have observers anywhere near in time for this. You can see he's got the probe in position. This is exactly how I do the build, and I know it's pretty scary. Now the thing is though, if your micro is good, if your micro is really good, actually you can micro down the 2-fact, but we'll have to see how it goes here. If he can snipe the first E-Tanks, that's gonna be huge. No, he doesn't.
He was actually going in for the bunker for some reason. That was a really odd choice. But, I mean, CheeTech does need to be careful. The second machine shop's about to finish. Now, is Chonman going for double Volter upgrades first? Or is he going for Siege? Oh no, he went for Siege first. There we go. He needs to get ready to push, though.
So he's built 2 siege tanks. Is he going for 4 siege tanks and then going? It's like this is like the super delayed 2-fact, the ultra fake, and CheeTech could potentially be saving up for a 3rd Nexus at the back as well, which would be super bad for him.
Oh, and look what CheeTech's doing. He's actually going to sit up on the top with some Dragoons just to make sure the back door doesn't get killed. That is a really clever move.
But why would it get killed so early anyway? Isn't this just like to deny a scout or something? Yeah, wait, what? Is he just stuck?
I think he may be stuck. I maybe overestimated why he was up there.
But could you imagine if he lost the game because 2 goons got stuck in the back?
That would be pretty crazy. I mean, I saw someone lost a game because like 20 probes got stuck up there before. And I've lost a game because all my SUVs got stuck there as well. So it's certainly something that does happen. Oh, but here we go. The 2-fact is coming out. There is 4 tanks, 7 Marines. This is going to be a pretty scary force, and he can actually siege down these side disruptors if he wants to.
Man, Chonman did a great job. He stopped the probe from actually seeing the tank count with the Marines. But CheeTech has got to be suspicious though. With so many Marines moving out at this timing, like what else could it possibly be actually? And here we go, the tank's sieging up. Does he actually realize you can kill these side disruptors? He does. He's going to attack them now. CheeTech is in range to actually see these being attacked, I'm pretty sure. If I remove Chonman's vision, he can actually see the HP going down, but he's not actually in range to see the attack animations. He did go Reaver though. Reaver's great against a 2-factory build. There's only 6 Marines as anti-air looks like. I thought there were 7, there's only 6 right now for some reason.
Thing is, he can see the HP going down, but is he actually focusing on that location? I've not seen his camera go to his Dragoons, and is he even looking at the health of them? I suppose he should be.
His goons are going in the back, so I think he knows.
Yeah, this is a fairly good response. Chonman's going to need to be careful. If he tries to move everything up at once, it's all going to die. This could be a very precarious position for him to be in. One of the tanks have gone down. Oh, there's big mine though.
Oh man, CheeTech did a good move there, picking off the first siege tank, but then losing, I think, 3 of his initial, or maybe 2 of his initial goons here to the attack. But stopping the attack is good though. He stopped the 2-fact for now, it's just delayed, and you can see SCV's moving now to take the natural expansion for SPX. So if he's not going all in on this attack, he is going to expand behind it, but he's going to be facing a Reaver pretty soon, Cakes, and the Reaver could potentially just go for the counter.
And it looks like it is. It's flying straight over the 6 o'clock base now. And there's absolutely no anti-air back in his base. No engineering, or the engineering bay academy has finished. Scan did go down, but I'm not sure exactly what he saw. But it looks like the shuttle's going to come back now as well.
Oh man, it has to come back because the Terran attack is now moving into the natural. The siege tanks are in siege mode in his natural expansion. The vultures moved back. We used mines to push him back. The pros are actually stuck here, but he's going in with the shuttle.
Oh my god, he could lose the shuttle here.
Oh, he does get speed though now, and the 2 zealots go in, the Reaver goes in, the tanks are in trouble, he's gonna get a big scarab on the tanks! There's a bunker at the front, but all the Marines are dead, and that is the end of this attack. All of the siege tanks fall.
And this is going to give him chance. He's adding on missile turrets back at home. None in his natural yet, but he should be able to add some marines if he's not flown his barracks away. No, his barracks is actually floating, so he has an empty bunker. But here we go, vultures have actually come in the back door. This is going to be so annoying for CheeTech to deal with.
Oh my god, 5 vultures running in, going into the main mineral line. He's sending the probes down to fight. He's sending a speed shuttle down actually, but he's going to lose so many of these probes. The Reaver is dropping. A mine has been laid. Ooh.
That was very close.
Wow, that vulture actually would have lived if it stayed behind the minerals to bug out the scarab, but since it ran to the side, the scarab actually managed to chase it down.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that scarab didn't fully bug out there. It was stuck behind the minerals for ages, and it still hit the vulture.
Oh man, rest in peace, vulture. Meanwhile, 5 gateways are pumping a nexus on the way at the back mineral only. He's going to take position of his back door here, and he's now moving forward with the speed shuttle. Can he do anything? There's a long line of mines. There's only 1 siege tank here, though. There's another one in the main, I guess, for Reaver defense.
Yeah, there is a turret there, so he's not going to be able to fly straight in with the shuttle without any units to support. How is he going to defend this? I think CheeTech's still a bit worried there might be something in the bunker.
Yeah, I mean, you know, since you have the Reaver, might as well just break it down very easily. Oh man, this tank is actually moving really far forward. He's got to be careful. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. And now he's going in. There is actually a half-built depot here. The Reaver dies! Oh my god, the Reaver dies straight away. I don't think CheeTech should keep going here. He's actually just running in. But he's going to take a lot of damage. There is 1 siege tank still at the bottom here. As you can see, he's running in to try and snipe these siege tanks. And he actually doesn't finish off that 1 siege tank. 2 more tanks are coming out. There's only 1 tank in siege mode at the natural here, Kicks. It might actually work. He might actually break through. The bottom tank falls. The last tank is here. He's actually sieging up in the main base. Oh my god, Kicks.
Still, so, I mean, 2 tanks should be enough to hold this with good SCV micro, but it's going to be such a bad position for him. He's going to try and pull the command center back and repair this tank, but it may be too little too late. He needs to cancel this depot as well to get some extra money.
I cannot believe he was able to break that with the Reaver dying straight away. I thought for sure he would have to pull back there. Oh my god, and SPX didn't fix his rally points, so that tank almost just ran to its death there. Meanwhile, CheeTech has started, well, just started mining from his mineral only. He's got like a 30-40 supply lead, and is in pretty good shape in this game.
Looks like SPX is actually going to try and take out, or try and build the command center as 3rd base as well. He's not in an unwinnable position from here. He is down 40 supply, which while it isn't ideal, CheeTech's actually opting just to build Dragoons, not added any Zealots yet, does not have leg speed, the Citadel's only just going up. But I mean, pure Dragoons against pure siege tanks, if he can get a semi-wall off at the front, this is going to be very hard for CheeTech to break.
Indeed it is. Oh man.
Oh, but we have a shuttle. He doesn't need to break it, he can just go into the main.
Well, looks like he wants to break it though, Kicks. He's looking where he can break it. Oh wait, does he have a Reaver here? You can get an SCV scat? No, he's just going in with Zealots. Here we go. Here's the break attempt. Dragoons running in. SCVs, can they block? The SCV block will be absolutely crucial. The Zealots have managed to kill 1 of the siege tanks. In fact, that's the only siege tank that wasn't siege mode. He needs to siege up again if he wants to hold this natural. CheeTech could just snipe the command center actually and leave if he can't break this, but I think he will be able to. He's going for the win here. A mine has been laid. No, it does get sniped down. The siege tanks are in big trouble, and GG, CheeTech takes the series 2-1, and we'll move on to the round of 16.